Demonic Redemption, and today I'm making a video response to Bigal and Darkscream 217's inspiration versus plagiarism rant. Now, originally, this was going to be like, I don't know, the fourth end-all be-all rant I was gonna do. But, given the circumstances, I figured, what the heck, I'm gonna cover it now. And I was also hoping to make this rant, shortly after I got one of my books out into the market. Because I would have preferred to speak from the experience of a former aspiring writer, instead of speaking from the experience of being a current aspiring writer, but holy crap. I know this issue is 6 months old of Nick Simmons supposedly having plagiarized, no, not supposedly, indefinitely having plagiarized. I mean, there's a big difference, very big difference, because between, crap, should have scripted this, wouldn't have made any difference, but there's a difference between using reference material and plagiarism. Trust me, I've done it back when I was younger, but I was pretty naive. I didn't know that what I was doing was plagiarism up until, like, I think back in 2008, I think it was, because a similar issue was brought up, and that another American artist, forget who, had copied scenes directly from Death Note, the manga. And when I first saw that, I was like, holy crap. So what I was doing was plagiarizing? I thought I was basically just, I thought what I was merely doing was using scenes as reference material. I had no idea that what I was, doing was, basically cookie cutting, copying and pasting someone else's work and placing it on my own. And here are a few examples as to what I'm talking about. This is a scene from the second issue of my series, Princess of the Down, Luciani's Halloween Adventure. And, basically, I had got it from this scene in the third volume of Ragnarok, the final page of the third volume. And again, at the time, I thought I was just using that as reference material. Now, a lot of you may look at that and go, yes, you did just use it as reference material, but then some of you are going to be brutally honest and go, nah, you plagiarized, you dumb moron. Although, unfortunately, I do have 10 copies of the first issue of Luciani's Halloween Adventure sold at a local comic book store. So before I even think of sending out the second issue, the third, and even the fourth, and I think there's a fifth issue. I think I made a fifth issue. And before I even think of selling those, I'm gonna have to redraw a lot of scenes, which is gonna be a real pain. And then there's this scene from my story Gold Hunter issue 7, and which was copied from this scene in Samurai Deeper Kyo Volume 1. Yes, I actually have that manga as well. And, yeah, basically, even though I like this scene, I'm gonna have to redraw it, because I am doing a remake of the first 10 issues, because I'm looking to publish those fairly soon. And then there was the scene from the 10th issue, or this scene from the 10th issue, which was copied off of this scene and this scene. Honestly, folks, the 10th issue of my series Gold Hunter was practically the last issue I did, because I wanted to put it on a little hiatus and focus more on pursuing my path of becoming a published writer. And looking back, I'm actually glad I put that story on hiatus. Because holy mother of crap, all the images are ripped from actual books. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, there's a big difference between plagiarism, reference, and similarities. For example, I think, like, again, back in 2008, I was going through the forums of TokyoPop.com and had seen it said that Masashi Kishimoto's younger twin brother, had plagiarized Naruto and his story 666 Satan. So, being only familiar with that series by name, I decided to check it out. And after reading, like, the first chapter, I was somewhat, or not somewhat, but very irritated, because as I stated, I too have a brother. A younger brother, though. He's 14 months younger than I. And, like Masashi and Seishi Kishimoto, he and I kind of grew up with a lot of the same influences. We watched a lot of the same cartoons, and it's only when we got older, or as we grew older, that we kind of gained a sense of difference in interest. Like, for example, he liked skateboarding and I liked rollerblading. And around the time he was 12 years old, he had met someone, or a little Hindu kid who he became friends with, and they kind of started making up these little tales of being reincarnated soldiers who were destined to defend humanity against demonic forces come from the apocalypse. And shortly thereafter, he started writing a book based off of this called Soldier. At which point, he started looking up demonology and angelology. And skipped 2 years later, due to the influence of my #1 favorite band, Disturbed, I started working on my story, Princess of the Damned. At which point, I will admit, I took some mild influences, from my brother's work here and there. And, I'm pretty sure that, crap. Yeah, I can pretty much see us getting flack for this, or having me be called a ripoff. But he hasn't worked on the story Soldier in 4 years, at best. He's gone on to focusing on other things, to be honest. But yeah, also I'm looking at some of the images that are supposedly he plagiarized in 668 and Naruto. Similar, yes, but unlike this image right here, between Incarnate and Bleach, they're very, very different.